Hurricanes have beaten the Waratahs 59-19 in an incredible second half where Billy Proctor scored a hat-trick. Weirdly enough, I did not change my fantasy, and Billy Proctor is my captain from last week, happens to be captain this week, and he has come through. Asafo Aumua as well, another player in my fantasy, doing so well for me. I love it. Want to check through the stats. Guys, by the way, I found a nice app for rugby. It's called the Rugby app. I am not paid by them. I'm not sponsored by them. But I have been looking for an app where I can find every rugby event. You know how we have SofaScore in football, soccer in football, and FODMOB and all of that, where I can check different leagues all in one app. I found this one. It's called the Rugby app. It is just beautiful. All things rugby. As you can see here, it shows you the scores. You can see even the lineups, which is something we always want, just to have a field view of the lineups, you know? Like, it's a beautiful app. Anyway, 59-19, as we said, Billy Proctor scored a hat-trick. Barrett converted 4 tries. Harkin got 1, Cashmore 2 as well in terms of conversions. Enari and Rover scored as well. And Peter Lakai and Sullivan on the wing got 2. When you look at the Waratahs, Jorgensen got 2 tries as well, another player on our fantasy. And that one one was just an opportunist try. The other one was a really good finish. First half, they were in it, to be honest. It was 17-12 at halftime, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, they were in it. They were right there. And then all of a sudden, second half, Billy Proctor got 2 tries. I think he got the 2 tries in the 42nd and 46th minute. I kept saying last week, the first week when Hurricanes played Moana Pacifica, their ball running, their ability to get over the gain line is insane. When you look at their lineup, this is why I love this app. Walker Liawere came in, Deans came in as well, but Flanders, Lakai, and Duplessis Kirifi at the 6, 7, and 8, just incredible ball carriers. And then you have Billy Proctor in the middle who is not scared to try things. One thing that I saw about Billy Proctor last week is that he got quite frustrated, especially towards the end of the game when he was knocking the ball on and stuff. It was a Fijian draw game. It was a very, very tough game because it had rained, it was raining, the pitch was just a mess. But you could see the frustration in his game. And I think that's something he needs to get out of if he wants to secure one of those 12, 13 positions, because the way Queen Tupai is playing right now, I don't know who you put ahead of him in the 12th position for the All Blacks currently. They'll probably put one of the Barrett brothers, but anyway. Looking at the stats, they had 100 carries. The Hurricanes had 100 carries, and the Waratahs 109. But they got 10 clean breaks out of those 100, whereas the Waratahs only got 3. They beat 27 defenders and made 120 tackles, and missed only 19. So if you look at the course of the game, like their carries matter. Their carries, they might carry less, but they go over distance, bigger distances than the opponent every single time. The 2 yellow cards that the Waratahs conceded also didn't help them. It was I want to remember the girl got the word because he came off the bench. It was Blythe who came off the bench when we thought that Mafileo had scored. Then the referee said that he had just touched the ball and is on the ground. That caused the knock-on. Hence, it was cynical, so he was yellow carded. And just as he was about to come back, a high ball. Someone else was sin-binned. But the other one was for the high ball. George Pullman. Yes, it was Pullman. So, yeah, it was pretty. That was pretty much it. The game was more or less done by that point. The other thing about this app that I like is that I can do an overview of the scoring. So, as you can see, coming out of halftime 40. So you had Billy Proctor score in the 42nd minute. Then they made their subs. Folau Fainga came off. Talataina came off. Amatosero came off. And then Billy Proctor scores 3 minutes after that. And yeah, they just hit them back to back to back. And then another try, Bailey Sullivan. It was just relentless. That's when Jorgensen got that intercept try from Billy Proctor. And yeah, managed to score and get him the second try of the game. But yeah, the Hurricanes just look so good, man. I like how if they can get their defense up, which I saw in moments in this game, like the moments where defense turned into offense really quickly. The one thing about the Hurricanes is you can always get them defensively, right? Going forward, I don't think anyone can keep up with them just with the amount of ball carriers they have and the size. They have size in every department. But if they can turn it up defensively, start creating turnovers, which I saw a bit of today, so that's a good thing. Start getting turnovers, especially in your own territory, in your own half. Create easy offense like they did today. If they can do more of that, especially against the New Zealand sides, I feel like the Hurricanes have a shout to win this tournament. Seeing Corey Jane as the assistant coach is actually so hilarious, but I love it for him. Soup 15. If you know that nickname, you know, and I think only very few people or people who've followed Corey Jane since like he started playing, know that. Last thing, I was watching highlights. There's this guy called Andrew Ford on YouTube. You guys need to check him out. Andrew Ford does like compilations of games and stuff. He did one of Bowden Barrett and his cross kicks. It's like a 5-minute video, just purely cross kicks from Bowden Barrett. And I didn't know he kicked that much. That let me just start there. And I didn't know how many tries he created from that. But weirdly enough, the one person who was receiving or at the end of most of those CrossFit kicks was actually Corey Jane. I couldn't even remember they played together. I don't know why I couldn't remember it, but the fact that there were so many was actually quite telling. But yeah, shout out to the Hurricanes. Big win against the Waratahs, and they now move to what position are they right now? So we need to pull up the Super Rugby table leagues as our uploads. This is Six Nations. Super Rugby 30. Killer. Yeah, man. Waratahs started the season so well, and then all of a sudden, like it's just like they're not the same team that we saw, you know. So, yeah, quite disappointing to be honest. And I think they had a bye last week as well. So coming off a bye and you're playing that way is nasty work. But yeah, anyway, I can't seem to find the table, but I'll find it. Yeah, so that is the Hurricanes versus the Waratahs. Next up, I want to do a review or recap of the Chiefs game against Moana Pacifica.